Okay, welcome to BB's Cafe interview. Today, actually, I am in Tokyo right now, and
Welcome to
thank
Tokyo.
you. I think we first of all, Yasu was our first interviewee
Yeah.
for the
BB's
channel.
Cafe.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you
and
for doing
then
this.
actually like meeting each other. I think it's been last time was in Taiwan, but I don't remember.
Then probably since our graduation 20 years ago, my graduation 20 years ago in the high school, which is 2004. So
Oh, crazy.
so probably that's the last time.
Yes.
You are still a year below me. So yeah. But
He's still like the same. No wrinkles at all.
really? No, there's a bunch of wrinkles here. You don't want to see close enough, which is good. It's a little far away, not too much.
Yes, I'm super glad that we be able to meet up and chat because I think it's interesting how pandemic has happened and
Right.
then everything changed and people started to try something different.
Correct. Yeah.
For you published a book.
Yeah.
For me, I have started a YouTube channel. So I kind of want to know like how has it been like congratulations, this the book.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. How has like people get to know you more through the book or?
So the book. So just recap. The book is about the kind of introducing like a financial instrument, mostly equity for Japanese stocks, and introducing. It's a little bit trend in Japan now that also government tried to educate more young people to start investing. Japan is a country where the saving is like a big norm, but try to kind of make a changes. So this is kind of like hopefully help kind of put in that direction, and for some of the beginner to like intermediate investors who thought about wanting to invest in, but like don't know exactly what to do. And I'm sure that all those brokers commercial tells you what to do, but I try to be a little bit independent, not so much of that commercial basis. So that's what my book is about. And this definitely told me a lot of good and interesting lessons as well. So first is like, writing book takes time and also need to coordinate a lot, not just about publisher, you have to coordinate with the bookstores and and I also, this is a physical one, but I also did electric very soft copy as well. And so that is another publisher. You have to go another publisher. So these kind of like a logistic procedure is one thing. Also, like selling the book is kind of like testing whether you're friends or not. That's a little bit interesting. So, like, hey, I published a book.
Oh, and so if they actually like support you or not. Yeah.
So that's one other, like, I thought it was very interesting way to kind of find out, how it's not like, buying a book is always support, but it's kind of like how kind of a little bit testing the, hey,
I see,
little bit.
I
So
see.
that was I thought that was an interesting lesson for sure. And but having the book definitely helps me to easily promote myself and who I am, and because I'm easily searchable through the book under my name, so they can find out who I am very instantaneously. So kind of gives me the credibility who I am. So that I think that I kind of highly recommend for those who still have a little bit of time. I wanted to do something different. I want something a little bit accomplishing. Then probably writing a book is one way.
I see.
And this is a blue cover, as you can see.
Right.
And I might be thinking the trilogy type of idea where I try to publish something like red, red cover or yellow cover or the green color, anything.
That's fun.
To kind of like try to develop this is for about financial instrument, but like maybe talking about how the financial planning after retirement or talking about how to kind of do a little bit mock interview for new joiner after college for some gaishike. Gaishike is like foreign company in Japanese. So if you're taking some kind of consulting or finance company for their first interview, what to prepare and what kind of question. So it's probably for the college kids. But like these kind of thing I thought was interesting curiosity that might be
Yes,
thinking in
yeah,
the
that
future.
would be interesting. Yes. Would you also recommend this for not just Japanese people who want to try to invest, but like people in general?
People in general, but I mean, I'm just writing a lot in Japanese stocks, but so probably those who are interested in Japanese stock probably is the
Oh,
best one.
okay.
And interesting also enough is because I wrote this in like August 2020, September 2020, roughly, and published in like RE 21. And the stock price rallied since then a lot. So I'm just telling other people, well, it's market rally, not necessarily I was predicting correct, but either cases, So you could have read my book early so that you could have invested.
Damn it.
So that's my whole point, yes.
Yeah, I've been reading the news that Japanese stocks right now are very strong.
Yeah, very strong, yeah.
Is it because also the yen?
Yeah, definitely. I think yen depreciation is one.
Okay.
Two is the we all say it's like a U.S.-China conflict.
I
So
see.
money used to be sitting in China, needs to go somewhere within
Right,
Asia.
right.
And some goes to Korea, some goes to India, some goes to Singapore, but some definitely comes to Japan as well.
I see.
So I think that has a tailwind. Also, the semiconductors moving to Taiwan and whatnot. I think the semiconductor has been one of my themes as well, and predicting 2020. But but I mean, point is like they are definitely the important industry components of the whole value chain, and the Japan try to learn again from Taiwan how to make a semiconductor or not. So these kind of things kind of match up and then make the value even higher.
I see. So also I saw like read somewhere that you have this hashtag that 最強の外資系.
Yeah.
Is it just like a marketing for yourself or
it is marketing for myself, and I think it's Japanese thing that try to make it shorter, is make it easier to promote is the one thing. But I also applied and got granted for the copyright of 最強の外資系 from the.
I thought that was very interesting.
So I can from now on kind of put different name with 最強の外資系 and it's my copyright. So that's part of marketing. And another thing I was thinking to do in the future is like I want to put this 最強の外資系 as a kind of naming rights for some of the facilities. So for example, stadium or gymnastics or like some of the public facilities. These municipalities are like need more money for funding, and they're actually happy to sell the naming rights to some other outsider to collect some income. And that whatever name can be shown in the newspaper or TV or anything if the famous soccer play coming, or like if the big competition is happening, or if happen to be some big meeting there and stuff.
I see.
So I thought maybe selling selling this into the naming rights. Of course, I have to pay for it, but like points like that's another way to promote. The 最強の外資系 is if you familiar with Japanese, a little bit awkward name. So that kind of clicks, catchy. So I try to be that way. Yeah, and that's why I bought. Probably you can see this.
Yeah, can go up there and show a little bit.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice.
So that's my foodie. Yeah, commercial foodie that I'm doing. Yeah, so so that's my another kind of marketing strategy going forward. So if I'm doing the trilogy of this, probably 最強の外資系 something.
Thank you.
Make it consistent.
I see.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So like, it's been I think 3 years since the interview. Has anything changed within you?
Yeah, a lot. So I think I was in Tokyo still then when we had the interview, and then I actually moved to Hong Kong during pandemic, and worked there for probably less than a year or so. Then job is pretty much the same as what I do now, but just location-wise, I moved there because of the company wanting to move there. So be there for about a year, but I think Hong Kong is definitely a fun city to be in, but I think the pandemic made it tough for I think not just me but those who live there, because you cannot travel anywhere.
Oh,
You have to quarantine,
right.
and I did a 3 weeks quarantine once, and 2 weeks quarantine once, and 1 week once as well. So like, if you no matter where you go, you have to quarantine, and that definitely puts a tough time to, Hong Kong, Singapore is like hub for travel, not so much just being there. So I think that was a little bit tough, but I found another job here, so kind of like moved back here.
Oh, I see,
and,
I see. That's good, that's good.
Start working again. So, and since the kind of pandemic is slowly came down, Japan's like since last year, May last year, that we kind of took off the mask and travel easily. So I think much easier now.
That's good, that's good. Yeah, basically, especially for your like work wise, you have to meet client,
Yeah.
and it was hard for you. You
Exactly.
can only do screen.
Yeah.
I see.
And
I see.
Zoom is like, you can do Zoom, but like what kind of tones of face and those reactions, it's very limited. So that was tough. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I've seen you like have joined this Rotary Club.
Rotary Club, yeah.
It's been like how long have you been with the club?
I've been with the club for already 13, 14 years by now. So it's been long. And yeah, I think like this kind of like, I call them like a third place. So this isn't like a notion that first place being home, second place being the work, and the third place being outside of these two, like different community.
Oh, I see.
And I think that my Rotary activity is like that, like a third category, I feel. And definitely, like, sometimes time consuming, but like try to bring something back to the society, contribute back to society. It has been very interesting. So I like it so far. And there's a couple activity I'm the kind of leader doing this, so it's been great. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen photos of you traveling to India, Laos.
Yeah. So Laos has been one of the destination because one of our club member who's from Laos, but she went back and she locally now doing her own business, but like help us found one of the disabled people's facility and they need a support, and we provide support, and they start coming to Japan as well, and we try to kind of purchase the goods the manufacturers made by these folks in the facilities, and try to kind of make their living more sustainable. And India was, I think, we try to partner with the local Rotary Club and procured some of the kind of high quality medical equipment that not easily affordable for the local hospital, so they can have all those different facilities to some for the babies, some for these adults, to kind of make their living better. So, and our club also just start supporting the Ukrainian students living in Japan, so who was a refugee here. Oops,
That's okay.
yeah, Ukrainian refugees here, who's escaped because of war, but Japanese government granted them some of the kind of free tuition, free living, but there's time limits to it. So it's, I think, very fairly understandable that it's not easy language to pick up Japanese, not easy to, let's say, live in Japan as well. So we try to kind of like provide support that those who need a little bit of money, but also hopefully help them find some kind of job or do something that they want to do in Japan, if possible. So those are the things that Rotary tries to support.
Oh wow, that's very meaningful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I was kind of curious, like what's your current job now? Like what do
What
you
I do?
Yeah.
I work for American company and doing the fundraising. So like pretty much, I just kind of joke myself, like I just collect money from the people. But it's kind of joking, but some not so joke. But I just go to the clients, mostly banks and insurance company around Japan, not just Tokyo, but around Japan, and asking whether they're interested in discovering the new investment solution outside of just equity or bonds, whatever they could do by themselves, and
I see.
anything that we could be helpful. And
okay.
yeah, I'm just the fundraising.
Fundraising.
Yeah.
Oh, help them to increase their
Into the return, increase what they want to do, but at the same time, there are a lot of competitors in this market as well. It's not just us, and fundraising sounds nice job, but it's essentially sales job. So it's not always easy, and it's always I think 80% time is like tough thing coming through. So that's on the 20% happy, nice, and great clients and all that. 80% time was like so it's up and down, but I mean enjoy the experience so far. I think the sales by anything probably is one of the core experience to have. Yeah, any job that I will be doing in the future. So yeah, so far
that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh, I see. Yeah. Think that's it for the questions I had.
Okay.
If you have anything you want to talk about or like.
Well, so I think the Japan so far has been a good destination for travel. That's why Eileen's here as well. Good food and good, I think the place to come, very clean, nice people and all that. But I think we'll have probably hopefully have something new or interesting if you get to know through financial. You don't have to financial, but the financial side or like you get to know through the soft elements of Japan, like anime and others, and probably more thing to learn or like know about Japan better. So I think we'll be happy to have you. So yeah, yeah, and I might not be publishing the manga thingy, but I mean, yeah, we'll maybe let's try. Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna publish the manga version of this?
Maybe. I mean, if I'm popular enough, I'm sure the manga will be like or like whoever the AI manga. I'm sure manga AI will come out. I'm sure. I just like throw the thing and then probably they plot for us. So I mean, in that way, like I can do AI manga.
Let's talk about AI. What do you think about AI? Like AI slashes like plus financial industry.
I think the regulated industry is very cautious, like financial stuff, in terms of like leaking information or like not AI not doing what they're supposed to be, or like try to be maybe create something like a fake or hypothetical in the future. So we're a little bit cautious, but I think direction-wise, AI is just only coming. So I think it's a matter of how we get used to this kind of trend.
Yeah.
Definitely research. So like writing book, for example, I think I used to be doing the research and write and think about what to do and all that. Probably I will say 60 to 65% of things can be done through AI. I don't know if you need to fact check and all that, but that basic research, basic thing probably done by AI in like a day or two, and then from there you kind of writing and if you are kind of stuck to it or the phrase you don't know and all that, probably the user and AI probably kind of polish and rewrite and rephrase for you. So I think AI needs to be, I think, our friends in the future, no matter what. And industry-wise, probably just have to go through the direction, just how to make sure it's cautious enough to make it work. It's always but I mean, no one knew the Google is that big. No one knew Amazon, AWS, Microsoft.
Exactly.
It's like you have to use it. So it's just like one of those you have to use. Yeah. But it just and I think at the same time I think work hours can be definitely reduced by a lot. Some of the kind of admin manual tasks can be, it's sometimes nice to have a manual and admin work to understand as a human needs to learn a lot by hand, but AI kind of help you most of it, so you don't have to spend so much time, and these kind of time left away from the admin and manual work can be utilized for the more creative work or not. That's a little bit question, but at least you have a little more time away from work, not occupied. So that's at least a better thing. But I'm more like I was asking some of the friends or like alumni in my college whatnot that how American high school college kids start using AI and like I'm sure they just like throw the theme and like, can you please write an essay on this?
Yep.
I'm probably like 80% is done.
Yeah.
So it'll be crazy to know who wrote, who not writing it.
Yeah, I'm curious now. How does professor know? Do they like run through a program and see if it matches on the internet,
I
or
don't know.
there's yeah, that's
Yeah.
very true.
So yeah, but
Well,
that's but like yeah, what I do nowadays on Instagram is kind of click through all those AI related things and making sure.
I see.
Yeah, I just know what kind of AI to use if I need to use. So well, yeah,
Oh,
definitely English wise, I mean language wise, I mean definitely I think the AI is probably the best way to go, and the translation I'm sure is. So I think the no longer like need to go abroad to study just for learn language, but you have to kind of get more out of it if you go different places. Yeah.
well, I do very much look for the manga version of it.
AI manga, yes. Yay.
Well, thank you so much for your
Alright,
time
thank
again.
you.
Yeah.
Arigato, arigato.
Okay.
Yeah, I see you. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.